In the endless quiet of space, where silence has its own heartbeat, something unexpected has entered our solar system. Astronomers from every corner of the world have turned their instruments toward a new arrival, a frozen, glittering wanderer from the deep interstellar dark. They call it 3I Atlas. A name born from the survey telescope that first spotted it, and from the strange, three-lobed reflection that shimmered across its surface when the sunlight struck just right. To the human eye, it looked like a comet. To scientists, it was a question wrapped in ice and shadow. A visitor from the space between stars, older than our sun, older than our planets, a fragment of some forgotten system drifting across eternity. For months, the world's observatories have been tracking its slow, deliberate approach. Each night it grew brighter, its coma expanding like a halo, its tail stretching in a silver arc that seemed to cut the sky itself in two. They realized it was no ordinary comet. Its orbit wasn't elliptical, it wasn't bound to the sun. It was on a hyperbolic path, a one-way journey through our cosmic neighborhood. 3I Atlas wasn't returning. It was merely passing through. When it crossed the orbit of Mars, telescopes picked up strange fluctuations, pulses of reflected light, as if the comet were flashing a code no one could decipher. Spectral readings showed complex carbon chains, ice crusted with alien minerals never before detected in any solar-borne body. It was, in every sense, a messenger from another world. And as it drew closer to the sun, the excitement turned to awe, and then to disbelief. Because the comet did something no one thought was possible. At a distance of 130 million kilometers, where the sun's radiation should have torn it apart, 3I Atlas held together. The solar winds battered it. Ultraviolet flares scorched its surface. Magnetic storms rippled across its orbit. And still, it endured. Observers described it as defiant, as if it were testing the limits of physics itself. Its icy core glowed faintly blue, then deepened to a ghostly green as volatile gases burst into space, forming great luminous wings behind it. Every image, every new frame captured felt like watching an ancient god awaken. No known model could explain its behavior. Some scientists whispered that it might not be a comet at all, but a fragment of a planet ripped from another system and frozen solid by time. Others wondered if it carried clues to the chemistry of distant suns, or even traces of life that began somewhere far beyond our reach. For weeks, the world watched as it approached perihelion, its closest passage to the sun. It should have been its end. The heat should have shattered it, turned it into a veil of dust and vapor. But when the solar storm struck, when a wall of plasma and fire raced outward from the sun at millions of kilometers per hour, 3I Atlas didn't crumble. It stopped moving. At least, that's how it appeared from Earth. For a few haunting moments, its progress seemed to halt. No trajectory shift, no tail distortion, just stillness, as if time itself had paused around it. And then, just as suddenly, it began to move again. Astronomers stared at their screens in disbelief. What they were seeing had no precedent. How could a small, frozen body, battered by radiation and heat, withstand the full force of a solar storm and continue as if untouched? The discovery rippled through every scientific institution on Earth. Something about this traveler defied our understanding of matter, of energy, of endurance itself. Because sometimes, the smallest things in the universe carry the greatest mysteries. As it sailed away from the sun, its brightness didn't fade. It grew. The tail fanned wider, its color shifting into brilliant turquoise, illuminating the black around it like a lantern in the void. 3I Atlas had survived its trial by fire. But the real question, the one that would haunt scientists for decades, was why? Why did it endure when every law of thermodynamics said it shouldn't? What secret lay buried in its core? And what message was this ancient wanderer truly bringing from the far reaches of interstellar space? This is where the story truly begins. Because in the cosmic silence that followed, humanity realized something profound, that perhaps we were not the only witnesses to the strength of the universe's forgotten travelers. Before you venture further, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Because what happens next will change everything we thought we knew about survival, about creation, and about the unbreakable will of the cosmos itself. To understand what truly happened to 3I Atlas, we had to go beyond simple observation. We must look deeper, into the violence, the heat, the chaos that surrounded this frozen traveler. As it neared the sun, its outer shell began to boil away. Jets of vapor burst from beneath the crust, shooting streams of gas and dust thousands of kilometers into space. Its coma glowed, not with yellow or white, but a deep electric green, as if the comet itself were alive, pulsing with energy from another world. But when scientists aimed the James Webb Space Telescope toward it, they saw something no one expected. Its gases were wrong. Alien. The spectrum revealed carbon dioxide levels nearly 10 times higher than any known comet in our solar system. And beneath that, traces of unfamiliar molecules, compounds that didn't match anything formed under our sun's chemistry. It was as if the comet's heart was born in a different kind of starlight, under foreign skies, in a place where the rules of matter were not the same as ours. That was its secret. Its strength didn't come from size or mass, but from its origin. Its crust had been sculpted by 1 billion years of radiation, a slow hardening of ice into armor. The outer layer had turned into a crystalline shield, dense enough to deflect even the charged particles of a solar storm. So when the storm came, when a coronal mass ejection erupted from the sun and swept through space like a burning ocean, 3I Atlas stood firm. Its surface lit up with plasma arcs, its tail bent and flared like a banner in a hurricane of fire, but the nucleus remained unbroken. The instruments tracking it recorded electromagnetic ripples echoing from its surface, as if the comet were singing, vibrating with a strange inner resonance, like a tuning fork struck by the solar wind itself. And through it all, it kept moving. Not slower, not shattered, but steady. Defiant. In that moment, 3I Atlas stopped being just an object of study. It became a symbol, a living testament to endurance in a universe of destruction. Astronomers realized something profound. Comets like this might not be fragile snowballs at all. They could be survivors, hardened over eons, drifting from system to system as carriers of memory, as messengers from the deep galactic past. As the storm faded, the silence that followed was almost reverent. The comet's tail shimmered faintly in the aftermath, its colors richer, deeper, more alive than ever. Every sensor showed the same impossible truth: 3I Atlas had not weakened. It had grown brighter. It was as if the storm had awakened something within it, some buried power or memory, and the comet was now burning with it. A survivor wearing the light of its own victory. In the weeks that followed, it began its slow retreat from the sun, sailing back toward the outer dark like a lone ship leaving the battlefield. Its tail stretched across millions of kilometers, a fading trail of turquoise and silver, marking its passage like the signature of a god. Scientists around the world watched in silence as it disappeared into the black, knowing they had witnessed something historic. Something that would rewrite what we thought we knew about the strength of the cosmos. Because in the end, 3I Atlas was more than just a comet. It was a survivor, a relic of creation itself, forged in the fires of distant stars and tested in the crucible of our own. And as it drifts now into the void, its secret sealed once again within frozen stone, we are left with only wonder, and a single, haunting realization. That sometimes, the universe does not destroy its oldest wanderers. Sometimes, it teaches them how to endure. If you've stayed with this story till the end, remember, the cosmos is not empty. It's alive, whispering its truths through the travelers it sends our way. And one day, when the next interstellar visitor comes, we'll be ready to listen.